Hello everybody and welcome to another Arkham Horror List video. Today we're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite story assets, and honestly I'm actually really excited for this list. There's a lot of good story assets into this game. You guys can see me, right? Yeah, you can see me. Perfect. Cool. Let's get on to Bryn. What is your number 5?
Got Alejandro Vela. You might hear us complaining about how this guy's a jerk, and we hate him a lot. And this is entirely true. I hate this guy so much, and he's a fictional character with hardly any lore to him.
Honestly,
I actually probably hate
it.
this guy more than just about anyone I know in real life.
Yeah, I can't imagine Bryn hating anybody, but I know he hates Alejandro.
Yeah, but anyway, he's on here because we've had a lot of fun joking about how this guy's a little bitch. Yeah,
like he is.
He is.
His effect is fine, but you know.
Yeah.
I would never work with him.
I get it. I get it. Well,
yeah.
Let's move on from Alejandro and forget he ever existed. My number 5 is the Bloodstained Dagger from Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. It's a bit unfortunate the last time we played this, we never actually were able to use the Bloodstained Dagger because we gave it to Bryn, who was Norman Withers.
Well, that was our fault.
It was, but it was flavorfully and made sense, right? I wanted it to be a joke episode, so I gave the good weapon to our Clover with 1 attack.
I got to use it once to kill the enemy, the weakness enemy that was in my deck.
That is sick.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah.
I think this card is the flavor for it is really cool too. Where how if you want to really kill somebody with it, and accept the fact that you were the murderer, or maybe not accept the fact that you're the murderer, but murder somebody else, you take horror for it. I just think it's pretty sweet. It's really good design, and I think Murder at the Excelsior Hotel is generally just a very well-made scenario, and all the flavor of it works really well. And I think Bloodstained Dagger really just gets that going right off the get-go. Travis, what's your number 5?
I picked the Necronomicon from the Dunwich Legacy.
Yeah.
This is the first story asset that you... Not the first one that you get, because I think you get the allies before then.
Yeah, you get the one you save first, and then Warren Rice.
Yeah, but this is the first asset that I got that I cared about.
Yeah.
It gives you +1 book, which is I'm always a fan of. It is actually you can just gain 2 resources, which again, having money is good.
Yeah.
But it's also the first story decision that really felt like it mattered, or that it could matter.
Yeah.
Because you got to decide which professor you went to save, but you could kind of see from the variability of it that it was gonna work, how it was gonna work out if you picked the other way. Mm-hmm. But in taking the Necronomicon, we didn't know whether that was a good idea or not, or whether it was gonna come back to bite us in the ass later or anything.
And
so it was got good memories of the start of this game.
Yeah, and through that as well, when you take it, it adds a squid token to the bag, and that's that was really cool when you just start out. It's a decision we just made had lasting impact for the remaining 5 of this campaign. That's really cool.
Yeah, young stuff. I was like, what shit?
Yeah, wait a minute. All right, Bryn, what's your number 4? Oh, sorry, let me go to the next slide. I'm writing down time codes.
Oh, okay. I got Lieutenant Wilson Stewart. He's from the Blob that ate everything. I've never played that scenario. I'll lead with that. So I have never played with this card. This guy seems sweet.
Sick.
He's just a 2-costed ally, 2/2. Those are fine stats on their own, but then as a lightning bolt, you get to exhaust him and either discard a card from your hand or from the top of your deck. Then for each brain icon on it, you get +1 to your next test. For each book icon, you draw a card. For each punch icon, you heal a damage.
Or horror from him.
Or horror. And for each foot icon, you gain a resource. It's just cool.
Yeah.
This seems like a very Travis card where you could just run him out and spin the wheel every turn and see what happens.
You make it sound like I have a gambling addiction.
Top card of my deck. Let's go. Let's find out.
Nah, he seems sick. He does.
Yeah, he's just cool.
My number 4, and as you can see, is Travis's number 4 is Pantalone.
Pantalone.
For me, for this one, I really liked all the masks from... I mean, I still have Carnival of Horrors. I still have a lot of fond memories for. I remember at New Year's, Travis he was telling me, he's like, this is when Arkham Horror just came out, and like we didn't really get like a crazy scenario yet. And then Carnival, he's just like, it's so good. Like, he's like, it's so good. And like, there are better scenarios since then, but like, that one, the first one, it was like, this is like something else. Like, I was like, this game is super sick. I've always liked the masks. Also, just like Masquerades, Commedia dell'arte, from my like theater background, I really like that kind of stuff. And this one of all the masks seems to be the best, because paying 1 to draw 2 cards, and then using a book, because you're probably going to be a book user for this, to use book for a test you want to pass, also seems like a great deal. Travis, I'll pass it to you now.
Yeah, I picked this one. So there's 2 reasons that I picked this one over the other masks. One of them is because I like playing high book characters, and this one benefits you for having high book. I like that. And the other one is because the name is fun to say, Pantalone. Also, it's got like the best art where it's just like a big nose.
Yep.
It's like very ridiculous. Yeah, like I guess drawing 2 cards for 1 is like pretty good too. But like, yeah.
Yeah. Sick. All right. Let's go to number 3. Brand, take it away.
This is another card from the blob that ate everything that I also have never had a chance to play with. But this is a pet oozling. It is also a 2-costed ally with a lightning bolt effect. This one just defeats a non-elite enemy at your location with 2 or less remaining health. Then you heal all damage from the oozling because it just consumed a guy. And then you got to reveal X. You put a resource token on it and reveal X resource token or X chaos tokens from the bag. And if you reveal the auto fail token, it eats you.
He eats you.
Because it's gotten too big and you can no longer control it. I just think this card's real cool.
Dude, that's wild. Like,
yeah.
He eats you. What more is there to say, right?
He just eats you.
That's incredible. Wow. My number 3 is Jerome Davids. He is one of the people that you can potentially save. We've like done it once or twice in the Circle Undone. He seems bonkers. Like, they all seem good, but like this guy is essentially just water protection. Like yeah, you have to like lose cards from your hand, but if you're taking Jerome Davids, you're probably the Clover, which means you're probably filled with secret cards, which means you're probably having book icons on your cards. So like just drawing, like just basically turning like a perception into a water protection in your hand seems incredible. And like, I wish... The one thing I actually do wish was that the beginning of Circle Undone, the interlude, was easier to play and like actually do an ending like for it, because we just randomly roll for it now. But
yeah,
they're all really cool. I like them, and I like the story that it tells when they come back. I wish they came back more because they seem strong and fun to play with. And Jerome Davids he seemed like he was my favorite of the group, because Travis always says more water protections is never a bad thing. Travis, what's your number 3?
This is Randolph Carter, Chained to the Waking World. This is the one that you get for the Waking side, the Spider side. And he's on the list mostly just... I just like it all around as a card. Mm-hmm. He gives good symbols. He gives you +1 brain and +1 book. He draws you cards sometimes, like fairly frequently, because you're not the one who has to draw it. He takes 2 hearts and 2 brains. He's got I really like the colors and the art. It's just all around, like... It's just a really nice card.
Yeah.
I'm never sad to put this card in my deck, so...
And it's always nice, the story assets that you just get by playing the campaign. Like, those are, like... There's a special fondness to them, too, because you can actually play with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 2. Go for it, Bryn.
We've got Ishtaka, who was originally definitely not going to be a different card that we couldn't find an art file for. But that being said, without getting into too much spoilers, Ishtaka, unlike Alejandro, as a character, has like solid motivations, and is generally just like a solid character.
Hey, Alejandro has like real motivations. You just don't find them out till later.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but they're not good.
They're like the same as hers.
Yeah, but Bryn just can't see past the first interaction.
No, you're right about that.
Yeah. Anyway, she gives you +1 punch or +2 if you're attacking an enemy with Victory Axe. +1 foot or +2 foot instead while you're attempting to evade an enemy with Vengeance Axe.
That's really juicy.
And as a reaction effect, after you add an enemy to the victory display, you can exhaust her and you both heal a horror. Because, turns out the big scary snake guy or whatever you're fighting wasn't that scary.
She just puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Don't worry, it's with Yig now." And then you're like, wait, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And she says, "Worry not." And then you're like, all right, I won't.
All right. Yeah.
My number 2 is Dr. Henry Armitage. Like Travis, he's here a lot because of the memories through Dunwich Legacy for the first time. Like, the Necronomicon's sweet, and I like the Necronomicon, but I never really, I haven't played with the Necronomicon that much, but I've played with Dr. Henry Armitage a lot. Worst case scenario is an Unexpected Courage. Otherwise, he turns a card you don't want to draw, that's obviously not a weakness, into 3 resources. That's an incredible exchange rate. And when I was doing my recent run with Gloria and Diana, and I had Henry Armitage and Diana, and just, turning cards that don't help me right now into 3 resources to play my expensive spells and my Guardian assets was incredible. Also, Dr. Henry Armitage is one of the quintessential characters in Lovecraft and all that, and being able to play with him in your deck and having him feel like he was it felt like him, which was really, really cool and fun the first time playing through. Travis, what's your number 2?
This is Randolph Carter, Expert Dreamer. I like him because this one, I don't care so much for the punch and the foot symbols and stuff. You know, it's technically just a mirror of the other card. I really enjoy the role that this card plays in the story, and the relation between the two of them, where you get 2 Randolph cards and you kind of go wait a minute, how's this guy sleeping and awake? That's not right.
Yeah, weren't one of you guys recently playing with your family and they pointed this out?
Oh, yeah.
That's gotta be Bryn.
Yeah, no, I was playing it, and midway through the first interlude, my brother was like, "Hold on, this one's for the dreaming side, right? Why is Randolph there too?"
And then you just I don't know.
I guess the cat wants to know that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool. It's a really cool story moment and a really nice point of contact between the 2 storylines.
Yeah. Sick. All right, Bryn, drum roll, please. What is your number 1?
So I've got Naomi O'Banion. Now you're probably wondering, how the hell do you even get this card? That's a good question.
Bryn's I can't answer it.
Well, no, I know how you get it. It's really hard. It's from the Return to the Dunwich Legacy, which was the first real Return to box. And this one, the thing I don't like about it is that you can't get it until the beginning of the second to last scenario. And only if you're playing, you're not against the O'Banion gang, which makes sense. She's the head of the O'Banion gang.
Yeah, and it's really hard to be on their side. Yeah,
it's tough to have them not hate you. But that being said, she is a 5-costed ally. She's got 3 and 3. And she gives you +1 book and +1 punch. It doesn't matter which type of character you are. She's going to help you do things. As a reaction effect, when an investigator at your location reveals a non-tentacle token during a book or a punch test, you can exhaust her to cancel that token, draw a different token, and then if for the remainder of that test, if that token is revealed, you reveal a different one instead.
Sick.
She's like really strong and really cool. I understand why you can't get her earlier on because like her effect is kind of crazy good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd like it to be a little bit easier.
For reference, in order to not be on the bad side of the O'Banion gang, you have to do the house always wins second, which I think I've only done once because it's just that scenario is very hard the second time through with only one like deck upgrade. And then you gotta like get the guy out as well. There's a guy you need to get out, and if you don't get him out, the O'Banions are like, "Hey, we still got a bone to pick." It's a tricky time, but
yeah, because if you don't get him out, they think you killed him.
Yeah, which we didn't.
Yeah, which you technically didn't.
My number one is Earl Sawyer because he is really good at getting sacrificed, so the other allies who are better do not.
Oh no.
It's almost so much of a joke where every time I introduce these characters, I say, don't worry, Earl Sawyer is going to be one of our deaths. Through my probably 10 times through Dunwich Legacy, he survived once.
Yeah, he does die a lot.
He just dies.
It's actually kind of incredible.
It is. Like, he's just really good at getting got. I have nothing more else to say about him. Otherwise, I love him, and I'm glad he's the one that gets sacrificed. Travis, what's your number one?
This is a Copish the Abyss. It's in every Arkham Files game. Copish the Abyss is a super cool and really flashy weapon, and it still is in this one.
Yeah.
This is the only card on my list that I haven't ever actually played with because it is super difficult to get. It's so hard to beat Guardians of the Abyss and whatever the second one's called.
Usurper of the something, maybe?
Yeah. But man, like, it's a sword, and you get +3 fight for the attack, and after you kill an enemy, you get to teleport to another enemy.
So sick.
It's not...
Yeah.
Like, you could just go around chopping guys up.
It's a great version, like, from, like, translation from former Khopesh of the Abysses as well. It's like a one-for-one translation from... Eldritch Horror. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just want my Sword of Yatala. That's the next thing I'm missing.
It might be coming for all you know.
I hope so. I want the man to rise out of the waters and say, "Here's your Sword of Yatala."
And then explode.
And then explode, yeah.
Oh,
we should play Eldritch Horror again soon. That'd be fun. It's a good...
We should.
I'm sure people on YouTube would watch us play it, so we should maybe...
Well, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, those are our favorite story assets, and I was right at the beginning of the list. This was a good list video. So sick. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next Thursday for another list video at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. It's like clockwork for the last, I don't know, year, I think. I think we're at a year of our list videos coming up, so that's sick. Thanks for watching. Keep suggestions coming. Thank you for your continued support. Like the video if you liked it. Comment below. We love reading comments from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.